Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Another wonderful day in the Philippines. Today is April 4, 2023. And also for people like me here in the Philippines, it's payday. Grace and I will make our monthly trip to San Carlos. We get the funds that we need and do our monthly grocery shopping and restock our supplies. Now, we normally would wait an extra day or two so it won't be so busy. It just so happens this payday, if we don't go, it'll be next week before we'll be able to go. And that means picking up a few extra pesos to have on hand will be difficult. And for those that don't live here, this is Holy Week. And it starts tomorrow, Wednesday. And travel becomes chaos. So we're going to try to get things in order so we can just float through the week and enjoy our time at home. I don't know if we plan on doing anything extra or not. Virgil will be out of school. School is out until after Holy Week. I'm trying to think if what day they go back. I forgot to ask. But anyway, that's what's going on here this week. Yesterday, if you've seen my video, I was talking about our little van, getting it taken care of with the check engine light, and got it taken care of. I got my parts, the oxygen sensors. They came yesterday, and as I diagnosed it, it was the downstream oxygen sensor. It finally just failed. My mechanic, he confirmed it, and he replaced it. I started to say we. I didn't do nothing. I can't water around on the ground like I used to. But replaced it, cleared the code, started it up, and the light stayed off. And drove home, it stayed off. So, taken care of. And that was a $25 fix. Including labor, it would be $30. So, that wasn't bad. And I do have an extra oxygen sensor on hand now, because my little van's equipped with two, so I got an upstream. So I figured if that one went bad, more than likely the upstream will go bad too. So I've got it just in case. If not, I'm still safe. But I have discovered over driving, I don't think my rear brakes are self-adjusting. I put new brakes on it when I first got it. But I'm starting to get a spongy brake, and I really feel like the rear brake is too much travel. So I'll get that taken care of hopefully soon. But overall, you folks have heard me talk about the little van. Some will have the opinion that you do a lot of work on that little thing. Not really. We just happen to hear videos on it and they're coordinated where it sounds like a lot, but it's not. Over the past 2 years, I have done a few things, but overall, it was cheap. That's the main thing. We live on a budget here, and it makes things, it's a comfortable old van. It's overall it's pretty fuel efficient, and it gets us to point A, point B. By no means it's perfect. It never will be. But I can keep it safe. That's the main thing. But I've noticed also, let's talk a little bit about the weather. The rainy season lasted longer than I've ever experienced here in the Philippines. And when it stopped, it was abrupt. And we're in the dry season. And I've noticed that my morning temperature compared to previous years, especially at this time, it's at this house. It's about 8 degrees warmer than I'm normally experienced in the past 6 years I've lived here. It's roughly 78 degrees right now this morning. And it's 10 minutes after 3 a.m. In the previous years, usually it's around 72, 70 here in the jungle. And I'm forced to wear a shirt. Now, the only reason I got a shirt on right now is because I'm doing a video. And if you noticed, I've got a towel behind me. That's because the evening sun is very intense now. And I've got a commercial fan that I use starting usually for the past week or so, about 7 a.m. I'll turn it on. The reason I wait till 7 a.m., I give time for my solar to start picking up so I can operate it free. I like to work free. I'm getting enough sunshine on a daily basis now. My system is functioning roughly about 18 hours a day. So I've only got 6 hours a day. That's usually from about 2 a.m. to around 7 a.m., something like that. But I'm actually on the grid. And at that time of the morning, my refrigerator and deep freeze, they've done cycled off. Not using any water, so my pump's not running. So basically, I'm just got lights on the grid. But there's enough battery power left after the inverter switches over that it would carry me on through with lights until the sun comes up. So it's working out pretty good. If I can manage to, seem like all the time something coming up, save a little more money for another battery pack, it's very possible this time of year I can do 24/7, which would be fantastic. I like free air conditioning. We use the aircon during the day since it's free. Free. It's a wonderful word, isn't it? But I'm enjoying the solar. Really, I am. Gives me a little something to keep tabs on. But if you're going to live here, it's something you might want to consider if you're planning on building a house, or even if you buy a house. It might be a good investment, especially some places are prone to brownouts, like here. And hurricane season, when it starts, brownouts are very common. So I would recommend solar, even if it's just for a backup situation. Batteries, since I started my system, when I did change over to the LiFePro 4 batteries, the price increase has doubled. My first two batteries, I paid 18,000 pesos, roughly $400 a piece. And when I bought the other two, they went to $500. Now they're $700, $800 for the same capacity. I guess supply and demand. But anyway, that's something I will have to try to put the funds back for. It's going to take some time. I don't know if I'm going to manage it this year or not. It seems like things just keep popping up. I've got to invest into the house. I got to get it secures now. I want to paint and replace some plywood and one thing or another. It's plywood here. What happens to it? The glue, it has actually faded through into the paint, and I don't think it's the quality of the paint. Because my cement walls, the ones I have, type wall, it's the same brand of paint, same quality paint, and it still looks great. It's the plywood that is, the glue is leaking through. In some cases, the plywood is trying to separate. We've already replaced a few pieces of it. So I'm going to hopefully, within the next few months, replace a lot of it with the hardy board. Hopefully have better success with it. But anyway, I thought I'd get on here and say a few words. Give you a general rundown of what we're doing here in the Philippines. My life's going on here with Grace and I. But our plans are today we'll be in San Carlos, and I don't know if I have time for another video. But if I do, I'll pop one in there for you and let you know what's going on. I really appreciate everybody, so stay tuned.